Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. And I will explain to you about how I discover English as my identity. I will mix between identity layers, cultural layers, and also global and intercultural communication concepts. At first, I made contact with English when I was 4 years old. I heard English songs from Akon, Niall Horan, and also Ed Sheeran. I love English since that time. Even though I didn't really understand about the meanings of the songs, but I really love English songs. At home, I didn't use English. So in home, we only use Japanese, also Indonesian. So English is like not really used in home. That's why I learned how to code switch. I only use English to several contexts based on the audiences. I love to play games. That's why games is my learning media. And here you can see the left. Here is like games, a story-based game. So that's why you need to know the vocabularies in order to continue the journey, continue the story. And as for the right one is the games where you need to create a vocabulary, a vocabs, as long as you can. And this is my first English dormitory. I joined this dormitory when I was in senior high school, and I learned a lot over there, how to be confident and how to be fluent in English and also debate and many others. I also taught there for 2 years. And how I see English as a country, because I'm a country. English is like a golden opportunity. So it's not only a language, not only a way of communicate, but also a better future, according to my point of view. Because I started being confident because of English. I joined speech competition when I was in elementary school and also in senior high school. I joined this poetry reading competition, and fortunately, I became the first winner. So English is not only a language for me, but also how I became more confident. That's why I really love English. I joined Mr. Bob Super Seru. It's like the English course in Pare, and I stayed there for 1 month. I learned a lot because I met a lot of interesting people, a lot of great people. That's why I was really grateful. And after staying in Paris for 1 month and also teaching in my boarding school for 2 years, I decided to teach as well in Paris for 3 months. And there I was like, I realized that English is not only a language as well, but also the way to gather the cultures. Here you can see how I connect myself, which is Indonesian, with the others. As you can see, the left one, she is Yan Ning, my friend from Chinese, and the other one is from Russia. Susie and Lucy, they're from Russia. And I decided to join English literature in my university. I believe that English must be a part of my life. That's why I joined English literature and decided to learn more, study more about English. And it leads me to read my first novel. My first novel is The Old Man and the Sea. This is like the short story by Ernest Hemingway, and it's quite classic. That's why when I read this, I felt like an English real user. I was like, okay, this is different from daily conversation. This is writing. And I tried to write my own essay somehow, and it was flop. It was not really good, but I believe it will be growing day by day. And this is my essay. You can see I got the lowest score because of this essay. And I was really unconfident somehow because I thought that I was good in English, but turns out I need to learn more. But it's okay. So I created this video and upload it in my Instagram that I showed everyone that I'm grateful that I got the lowest score. So in digital identity as well, I was really confident because of English. And regaining my confidence, I joined this ambassador competition in my university. And fortunately, I was becoming the first winner as well. I became the Mr. IELTS. IELTS is standing for Association of English Literature Students. So how English became a part of me. Well, you heard before that I made contact to English since I was 4 years old. So it was like I I was already loving English from a long, long time ago. And it makes me confident. It makes me know a lot of people. And in digital world as well, I write essays in Medium, sometimes story about me or my feelings. And in Instagram, I upload videos about my daily activities. And sometimes I use English there as well. And how these artifacts built me somehow English songs makes me really love English at the time because I love English songs. And from games, I learned a lot of vocabularies and teaching in Kampung Inggris Pare is really perfecting my skills in English. So for me, English is not only a language, but it is like the way you connect different cultures, different background. So English is becoming a lingua franca. You don't speak English because you want to understand each other, but you speak English because you want to connect to each other. And I think that's all for my presentation. I believe that this presentation will be beneficial for you to listen and see you again in the next time. Thank you very much for listening.